Greetings, mortals. I am Maddest, the ruler of the underworld, and today we will be reacting to the newest chapter, officially English released chapter of My Academia, 412, titled History's Maddest Hero. More or less, you can pretty much agree. I think Izuku has been referred to as mad or insane or some one of those down the line by Bakugo and other characters. But yeah, anyways. We start this chapter off with Izuku going for a punch. I don't know. The punch looks a bit weird. I think it's supposed to be like this kind of punch, but it looks like this. It's supposed to be maybe it's supposed to be an uppercut or something like that, but I don't think it really works. That's gonna work. Again, there's a one problem when it comes to manga is the fact it's kind of some scenes don't really work well without the full motion, everything that's going on. Well, animation, you can at least see where the fuck everyone's going, even if sometimes animation isn't the best. You can at least tell how they're moving and they're playing and all that. But regardless, we have Izuku going for a punch, and we even see like an inside of his arms while he's doing that. Like we see his veins and everything. As we have Izuku thinking to himself, inside my body, focusing on defense left me immobilized. So in the meantime, I used the fifth black whip to flex and extend my muscles manually. So basically now the reason why he's still moving is because he's using black whip to move his limbs on their own. As they have Izuku saying, pushing them to the limit to build up power for the third Sfajin. Maybe he's doing like this arm stretching so he'll increase the strength level as he goes for a strike. And then we have Izuku saying, allowing me, as we get our flashback to throughout the series when Izuku was using his fingers, like in the first volume when he wanted to use his quirk but not to throw his entire arm, in the third volume or second volume where he was going up against the villains in the USJ, and then I think against Gentle doing the training with those gloves that may made him. As Izuku moves his arm, as he says, to unleash blasts of air. As he is, I think he went for a strike, but then like open his fingers to cast the air from that to strike. As Izuku uses Delaware Smash as Shigaraki takes I think a defensive position as we hit the strike, and this smash is so big that there's actually like a sound effect of smash right on top of it as it's being sent right towards Shigaraki. As Shigaraki just takes it fully, like he tried to like block a bit, but now he's just like being like sent back. As Shigaraki starts laughing, he's like, "Ha! Gotta say, that's peak performance, Midoriya." As then we have, I think, we have Shigaraki analyzing the field. He's like, he predicted the path and range of my decay, and used that wind blast to gouge out the land and blow it away. By removing a medium for my power to travel through, he can delay the advance of my destructive force. Still, it's only a stopgap measure, as we have Shigaraki being bounced back, but he immediately uses one of his quirks to propel himself towards Izuku again. As they go towards it, we're just gonna find out the two are basically just analyzing everyone's moves. So how to get over the explanation? People revealing revealing what their plan all that is without just being explained, without it being annoying. Just have the other two constantly analyze each other's moves and reacting to what the other one did to fight against it. I mean, I guess as explaining strategies and all that works, that is pretty much the best way to show that the intelligence of both pickups in display. Anyways, we have Shigaraki propelling himself towards Izuku again. As then we have Shigaraki thinks of, I'll apply my personal touch as many times as it takes. Basically, Shigaraki doesn't care how many times he has to touch the ground. He just will eventually, because again, you can only do it so many times before either a new opportunity shows itself, Shigaraki comes up with a new strategy, or just Izuku is not able to keep it up as consistency. Anyways, you have Shigaraki gain danger sense, using danger sense, and then Shigaraki is a bit like I won't say he's shocked or scared, but more like, wait a minute, there's something concerning about this danger sense. As we have Shirley thinking the dust cloud isn't dispersing. So he's realizing that the dust cloud is actually the smoke screen that well, I think it might be whether it's the smoke screen or at the very least Izuku is making more dust clouds. So Shigaki is realizing something, and then we see like a bunch of four black whips going towards it, and one seems to be engulfed with something else. I mean, more power as well as being a bit more bigger and circular. As then we have Shigaki reacted, sure I get it. As he's with a smile a bit. As then we have immediately Shigaki's arm getting torn off by Izuku's spawns. Alright, I know it's supposed to be like one of those things where it says more about people's power output than more about their power output than anything else, but with how easily Shaki's limbs are getting taken off, it does really kind of take away from the Shaki's, well, I think, I don't, with Shaki's defense. I mean, maybe Shiraki. I mean, I don't know if it was ever straight up said if Shiraki's defense was because of a quirk or if it was just a natural built, muscle defense. But this is really getting ridiculous. So easily his limbs are being torn off. As we have we see like the Shiraki and Izuku being completely covered in smoke as Izuku punched the arm off and went straight into down below to another to an even more cloud. As they have Izuku figure himself explaining to us what he did against Shiraki. Again, I feel like they should have kept it with Shiraki explaining things, but whatever. I guess they want Izuku also think of the strategies and explain it to us. Izuku's like, I applied the second gear shift in low gear to the sixth smoke screen, holding the cloud in place. Alright, so the two are combining. It was like the cause of the fourth danger sense to set off in constant alarm in his head. Then unleashing the fifth black wave while Shiraki's vision was obscure. As Izuku says, and now as well as he's like building on Fudge, it's like, and now in the meantime, after all, I know the risk of relying too heavily on danger sense in his battle against Nagan. This is what we are referencing, and this is going to be kind of a trend with these last two, this chapter and the last chapter and the next chapter, where it's kind of like referencing I guess the start of the new of the final saga of My Academia, where you talk referring to Nagan here. So the reason why he come up with a such like yes is because he knows how danger sense works. Like this is one of those times where he doesn't know what quirk someone has. This time he knows the danger sense, its functions, so he will come up with a way to deal with it. As there we have Ange coming up is like going to such lengths to store up power, but nine. As they have Shiraki look in the dust cloud as he notices a glow. As I'm assuming Anne is warning him about another one of Shiraki's quirks. As we have and explain to Izuku what Shiraki's search quirk will lead him right to you because again like this works on a small basis but Shiraki has a counter for it. And they have Shiraki using the I don't think he's using the whip thing. I don't know if he's using some kind of another electric type of blast or if he's using the river stab. But I think he's using a blast. I don't know. It doesn't look like the river stab blast. Regardless, a bunch of weird lines strike at Izuku and they hit him. I think a bit around the ribcage area. As you have Shiraki saying, I see all remember your location and weaknesses. As we see Ragdoll remind of her quirk a bit. As then we have Ragdoll's flashback to explain to her how her quirk works for Eba who forgot. Because again, like this is like chapter 9, volume 9, 8? Like, it's been a while. More than 30 chapters back at this point. As he said, although to be fair, I think we also gotta remember, we got a flashback to her quirk's functionality during the previous war, but whatever. As we have Ragdoll saying, I know everything about anyone's I lay eyes upon. 200 people at a time. Which is pushing, but which is only focused on Izuku. And they have Shiraki saying, can't catch your breath, huh? And Zuko is like, kind of react to the pain. Like, he may have a pretty solid strategy, but I don't know if he forgot or maybe it was like a risk that he knew could happen. Regardless, he's like reeling from pain. Then we have Bonjo be like, gear shifts time is up, and here comes the recoil. As they have Shigaraki, his arms being regenerated, as he says, "Alright, so this question about Shigaraki is Shigaraki now basically like, are we seeing just his muscles or those scars that are his body?" Like I know he kind of like did a metamorphosis from his body when I think Gearshift was first activated, but I don't know, the body just looks weird now. Like there's just a bunch of muscle. I just kind of feel like it's just a bunch of muscle fibers, just technically, without the skin or anything. Anyways, they have Shiro saying, and those charged up attacks not meant for willingly rapid fire either. So again, weakness is the fact he can do Izuku can do them many times. So we see Izuku's arm that's kind of starting to. I think it's supposed to like show that it's kind of like the Black Whip's kind of slowly starting to get undone or showing the effects on the arms themselves. I mean, but I feel like Izuku shouldn't really be allowed to move. Like, forget about him not having the quirk. I question if Izuku's even going to have the limbs to move anymore after this. As if Izuku saying, I can, as then we have Shiraki saying, I can tell you're reinforcing your tendons and muscles from the inside. It's clear enough since those black coils show right around your skin. So we see Shiraki also realizing everything, as he then says, and if you smack me head up, and if you smack me head on with one of those moves, I might not manage to put myself back together. But life stuff when you've got so much you want to protect, right, Midoriya? So yeah, I guess he's acknowledging that he might be a bit strong in defense, but still, I might die say how much he's just kind of toying around with. This kind of feels like he's saying, "Oh, you could probably beat me in punch, but it's not going to do a big thing." I don't know. It's like again, it's kind of difficult to really say how true or accurate sometimes these blows are. Again, it's kind of difficult to say when they are mocking, when they're telling the truth, especially since again, Shogi is supposed to have gesture and a bigger physical form. I don't think it should be that big of a deal, but I don't know. Maybe I'm underestimating Izuku's power output. Is there Shiraki saying to Izuku, like I told you, I'm not giving up. Actually, now I have Izuku telling Shiraki, like I told you, I'm not giving up on that crying boy. So this I feel like it's supposed to kind of suggest that Izuku knows that he can, if he gets one good blow on Shiraki, he can kill him. But again, I question it. Like, remember the first time was doing a metamorphosis, and I would not be surprised if Shirky has another transformation going up. Like, we had multiple visuals of him being a butterfly. I think it's time to get the butterfly wings. Oh my god, imagine that actually is a thing. As they have Shirky hiding also in the smoke, which since I don't think Zuko has a way to know where Shiraki is on a long-term basis. As you have Shigaraki doing a little monologue, as Shigaraki tells Izuku, people interpret the world around them through such narrow, limited windows. As then we get some of the camera, I guess someone filming this, as the people in the shelters are reacting to it, as they're like, "What's going on now? Can't see a thing. They're too far from the camera." I would say the smoke is what's the reason why you can't see anything, but whatever. And then we have Shoki saying, when the world throws the inexplicable at them, they concoct rationalities to put themselves at ease. Now you're cramming me into your narrow worldview, like a square peg into a round hole. As we see like a woman like praying. I don't know, we've seen her before. We might have, but I'm not entirely certain. Her design seems too generic. I don't know it's not Inca, but I don't know really. Maybe it's like one of those like visuals we've seen throughout the fights where we have people praying and being worried and all that stuff. But regardless, we have Shirakatil with his mom. It's like, you see it all, yeah? In that same way, I can see your ghost bodies, one for all, give you a peek inside me. That's how you kept track of me, even in the smoke. We'll take a closer look. So basically, he's aware of how they're doing, he's they're operating, as if Izuku again being all, and just we go inside of Shiraki's consciousness, as then we see like a big, I don't want to say a black hole, with a bunch of buildings and rubble around it, all kind of being like uh, all being this like weird, kind of weird dark technic space. As we have Shirley saying, I overcame and buried that crying little kid a while back. It's my worldview that's taken over. The boy's gone. Only I'm left. Tomura Shigaraki! And I'm doing just peachy! As he gets his ready to channel blast. Which does kind of make me wonder, there's gotta be a split, it is like a split personality problem with Shigaraki and Tenko. I don't really know. Then we see Nana, they're looking at this black hole. She's probably like the one who wants to see it the most of everyone. As they have close up of Sugar's mouth. As then we get a flashback with the kid Diko saying, I want to save that little boy, which we had in volume 31, where he told his will to the vestiges. As then we have Nana showing up as she tells Izuku, give it up. There are some people out there who can't be saved, Izuku. As then I think we have Nana going to monologue. I guess the monologue just ruined the family. As Nana says, in the face of the ideals you carry as a hero, he represents an insurmountable challenge, an impenetrable wall you don't want to overcome. Your only option is to annihilate him in a single blow, leaving nothing behind. Accept that fact, grin and bear it, Izuku. Charge up for a strike even mightier than before. There's no guarantee that he's not gonna try to at least block it. Like, Shaki might be, even if we take Shaki for his word, I don't see why he would not be planning in case if he actually goes, if he actually commits the blow. I feel like he would, especially considering how much he's aware of how things are going on and figuring things out. But as we have Izuku responding to Nas, he's like, no, I have to ask why he can't let go of that sad, lonely past of his. All he did was put a lid on it. So Izuku's not being convinced by that. He's basically like, all you did was throw that crying little boy in a dark room so I can't see what's going on. That's not enough, is shocking. I have to do a bit more. As then we have Nana crying because he's still so committed to save her grandson. All that. As then we have Shiraki going there. Okay, I'm kind of surprised they're not using the spinner yet, but I guess we will see it at some point. So, anyways, we have Shiraki telling his speech he gave to Endeavor during the First War, as he tells, as Izuku remembers, you ignored those you couldn't protect and swept all their pain under the rug. As then Izuku remembers that, as then he screams, so until that lid shatters to pieces, I won't stop smashing away at it! As we have a very badass, determined look on Endeavor's face. As he even seems to get like a scar or a black whipping across his face, similar to the second user. As they have the second user saying, this is why I was so opposed. As we get a bit more of an interception on this is why the second was opposed to it. As they get them all standing, as we say, when they were having that meeting, we have second explaining, the desire to save anyone's arch enemy is delusional madness. A madness that disrupts our destined path. As we got to them currently talking, as he's like, this arrogant thinking born of a naive adult existence. But having observed from within, I know the truth, that this boy clings to one driving notion, that anyone, wherever the most vile amongst us, or even the quirkless, that aside each one of us beats an innately human heart, except of one who is a being of pure evil. I too want to believe, as we have like Child Deku chasing after Bakugo and some of those other kids. As then we have Star Stripe's arm showing up as All Might's Vestige notices the arm, and the second user also realizes that, and he looks in the direction that the Star Stripes arm is pointing to as he looks in shock. As then we have someone saying, "Call me a fan of Shacharian sentiment, but now you have to do exactly as I say. I'm betting everything on you, ninth." As they have Izuku, I guess, also looking at that direction, as the second is also all looking the same thing. As they have the final panel of the chapters, we have the time has come to part ways with One for All. As we end the chapter with All Might standing there in like in a bag. I think I think in the same way they did in the end of the first chapter, when in the first chapter where they were having a proper meeting and talk with one another and become a hero and all that, which is referring here because now he has to part with all for one for all, which is gonna be a thing. Like I think we all kind of like I think we all kind of wondered how the whole 1-4 is gonna go, and I guess removing 1-4 will be what they'll have to do to defeat it. Which also kind of makes sense to end the cycle, like no more 1-4, no more all for one, if we kind of go. Which I don't know. There's some people theorizing that maybe Shirka's body will not be able to handle it, and then he'll just blow up or something that was set up. So maybe that is what happens, but I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see on that front. I'm not gonna talk about sport or that things that happen next chapter because those sports are already out. But well, we have to wait and see on how this fight's gonna end, and if we're gonna cut to something else. Because again, it's kind of weird how we are, kind of fully going through this fight, even though there's still some other aspects that have to be dealt with. It's probably gonna be like a weird in between thing, most likely. But anyways, I hope you like this chapter reaction. I hope you leave your thoughts in this chapter in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you motos next time. Goodbye.